Hello friends, Tom Downey here for NFL Daily, taking you through all of the latest Pittsburgh Steelers rumors. First up, did Pittsburgh not need Big Ben at OTAs? I'm going to give this one 3 heads because, they probably didn't need their veteran quarterback there, and there was actually some benefits to him not being there. For starters, Big Ben did miss most of the Steelers' OTAs, but he did say if the coaches had asked him to, he would be there, which implies to me Pittsburgh was like, Big Ben, we don't need you. Big Ben said he had a pre-planned family vacation because, who doesn't take vacations when he knows that OTA is going to be around that time frame. Anyway, not a big deal for Big Ben, and I'll make note of this as well. His absence did allow for the young quarterbacks, Dobbs and Rudolph and so on, to get more reps. So it's not all bad, but you still wouldn't have minded Big Ben getting a little bit of work and maybe most importantly, helping to mentor those young guys in Dobbs and Mason Rudolph. Speaking of Dobbs, is he not going to make the Steelers roster? I'm going to give this one 2 heads, and that might be me being generous based on a report from The Athletic. And that report says that it's almost a near certainty that Joshua Dobbs is going to get cut, and Landry Jones is going to still be the backup quarterback. Now, if you guys have watched Pittsburgh Steelers show before, I'm not really a big fan of Landry Jones. I just don't think he's all that good. But if Mason Rudolph is locked in, because he's locked into the roster, and Jones is still going to be your backup quarterback, I don't see Pittsburgh carrying 4 QBs, and if that's the case, Dobbs would be the odd man out as the number 4 guy. So I would prefer to move on from Jones, but if you're going to keep him, maybe you should trade Joshua Dobbs instead. A 3rd-round pick not that long ago, just a year ago. You can get something good for him in exchange, so don't cut Joshua Dobbs. I'd say trade him if you're going to roll with Landry Jones and Mason as your top 2 guys behind Big Ben. But let me know what you guys think in the comments section. We'll stick with the offense here. Should there be any worry about Antonio Brown missing OTAs? I'm just going to give it the 1 head. I don't think it's a big deal, but it is different and, dare I say, unusual for Antonio Brown. He missed 8 of the 10 Steelers OTAs, and that's rare because Antonio Brown is really a football junkie. He's missed a handful of OTAs in the past. He never misses practice for the most part when he's healthy. And the report from The Athletic was that in the 8 previous years, he may have missed maybe 2 OTAs. He only went to 2 this year. Now, it does make sense that Brown only wanted to work with Big Ben during OTAs, so I do get that side of things. But it's kind of been a weird offseason for Antonio Brown. He's had some weird tweets where he's ripped on Bruce Arians and Mike Tomlin. So I think he's fine, but just a little bit of doubt at the back of my head that maybe something's going on with AB. He's still the best receiver in the NFL, but I'm not going to be overly concerned right now. But just monitor it going forward at minicamp and in training camp. If it's your first time watching the show, folks, here's what those heads mean relative to the rumors. 0 heads, it's fake news, don't buy it. 1 head, a little bit of kernel of truth there. 2 heads, firmly in that rumor category. 3 heads, probably going to come true, but it's not quite set in stone yet. And 4 heads, it's a fact, totally believe it. All right, next up, will Lev Bell not re-sign before the season? I'm going to give this one 3 heads as well because it doesn't seem likely that he's going to sign. Lev Bell has a massive asking price for his new deals, reportedly $17 million, which is just wow. And the report from the Post-Gazette, don't expect Big Ben or Bell to get locked up before the regular season. It's more likely that Pittsburgh will continue to go year by year with Lev Bell. And it's an issue for Pittsburgh because that's a lot of money, $17 million. That's over double what any other halfback makes in the NFL, with Devonta Freeman checking in at about $8.25 million. Shady, McKinnon, Fournette. That's why the halfback market is so weird, because a rookie is the 5th highest paid guy. But that's beside the point. I want to know from you guys, how much is Lev Bell worth? Is it 15, 16, 17, whatever he wants? Let me know in the comments section. The sweet spot is around $15 million, but Lev Bell definitely wants more. That might be an issue once we get to next offseason for the Steelers. Number 5, could Arthur Moats return to the Pittsburgh Steelers? The former outside linebacker for Pittsburgh. I'm only going to give it the 1 head. Doesn't seem all that likely. It comes from a report from the Post-Gazette. Was asked, hey, and Gary Duck was asked, hey, is Arthur Moats going to come back? Just simply said nope. Pretty blunt indication there. I'll give it just the 1 head, because if there's an injury, maybe something changes for Pittsburgh. Keon Adams is a talented young guy. Anthony Chicklo has some ability there. Ola Adeni is an undrafted free agent at Toledo. Not a whole lot of depth behind those top 2 guys. The good news is Dupree and Watt should play almost all of those snaps for the Steelers. A bigger area of concern for me at linebacker brings us to our 6th rumor here. Could Pittsburgh trade for an inside backer? I'm going to give it 2 heads. Again, in that same chat, Gary Dulac said you could see it happening. We wouldn't be that surprised because Pittsburgh right now, they're pretty thin at the inside linebacker spot. Now, what they're going to try to do is play multiple safeties in a sub-package, kind of in that big nickel where you bring in 3 guys. So Burnett, Sean Davis, Terrell Edmonds, or Marcus Allen. Those guys could get some reps as safety linebacker hybrids because right now, it's not a great look at the depth chart. Vince Williams will be 1 starter. John Bostic and Tyler Matakevich will compete for that 2nd role. Pittsburgh's defense is good enough outside of the inside linebacking core that they can get by with not having the best talent there. But if the sub-packages don't work in the preseason, don't be surprised if Pittsburgh tries to make a trade right around roster cut time to bring in somebody else to help compete at the inside backer spot. And if someone gets hurt, they're going to have to move because they cannot get by with Matakevich, Fort, or Thomas playing a lot of snaps. Maybe Matakevich, but overall, it's just not a great unit right now for Pittsburgh on the interior. All right, folks, I'm Tom Downey. Follow me on Twitter at WhatGoingDowney for more NFL coverage. And subscribe to our YouTube channel for more Steelers and NFL coverage throughout the offseason. And, of course, once we get to the actual games. Until then, we'll see you next time.